Hello everyone, you are here with Ajarn Zen for the career workshop at Assumption University. The topic today is presentation. I know that you are already aware of the techniques for presentation and you did a very good job at your class. But let's say today we're going to review what are the important key points of your presentation that you cannot miss. When we talk about presentation, we mostly think of the presentation in front of the classroom or in the meeting room of the firm. But actually, presentation is started since the first thing you do in the morning of the day. When you wake up and getting dressed to impress somebody, when you're going to your friend's party, when you're going for a date. The main purpose of the presentation is to impress somebody. Like this gift box, how are you going to wrap it? How are you going to present it to your friend's birthday and make them feel very happy of what you did for them? So let's say presentation is not just to communicate or not just to deliver what you think in your head, but it also convey a message to impress somebody. So now let's review what are the important things that we cannot miss when we prepare for the presentation. The first thing we should aware is, why are we presenting this? Before you prepare for your speech, let's think about it for a moment. For the reason why you're presenting this. Are you presenting to somebody so they can follow you? Or are you just want to present it to inform something? Or you want somebody to do something after your presentation? So that is the thing that you have to decide before making a speech. The next thing you have to think about is, you are making a presentation to whom? Who is listening to you? Are they your friends? Is he a teacher? Or are you presenting to a bigger group of people at the company? Or are you visiting a school and making a presentation to children? Because when you present something to people from different community, or they having the different backgrounds, they might not understand you. So you should prepare the content, the word, the vocabularies and everything for your listeners. For example, if I'm going to present something to the university student or presenting something to the first grade student in the school, of course, I'm going to prepare the different vocabularies and terminology. The third thing you have to think about is the place where are you going to make the presentation. You should learn the physical facilities and quality of the place you're going to present. Is it a small meeting room? Is it a big conference room? Is it a basketball court? Especially if you're making your presentation with visual aids like PowerPoint. If you're presenting in a small room, you can make your slides as colorful, as fun, as entertaining as you want. But if you are presenting in a very big room like the conference room, maybe it is more important for everyone to read your slide clearly than to make it more colorful and entertaining. You understand what I mean? Recently, I have been visiting this channel which is called Sorupai. They have many video clips about tips and techniques, and this one, they say after you make a presentation, you have 3 things to check whether your presentation is effective or not. They are easy to see, easy to understand, and everyone should understand the same thing. The first point is your slides should be easy to see. People in the room should be able to see your content on the slides or your pictures on the slide clearly. The second point is easy to understand. After they can see it, they should understand it right away what you are talking about. The third point is even they can see it, even they can understand it, but you have to make sure that everyone in a room understand the same thing. To understand the concept, I would like to show you this Japanese story. It is called Rashomon Effect. Rashomon is a Japanese movie talking about a crime that's happening in the forest, and there are lots of witnesses. When the police asking questions from these witnesses, they're giving the different explanation of the crime. Even they were at the place of the crime at the same time, but with different angles, they were giving different facts and stories. They are not lying, but they understand the event differently. Let's take a look at this picture. Let's say if there's an elephant walking through the village and destroyed all the crops at the field at night. And then the witnesses were blind people. And when they asked them what's happening last night, these blind people may giving the different facts. Some might touch the elephant and think that it is a wall. Some might touch some part of the elephant and might think it was a snake. So even something happening and the facts are there, but people might giving the different explanation. So you have to aware that everyone who sees your presentation or your slides should understand the same thing. The last thing that I think you should add to your presentation is the originality. Originality is very important for your story to be remembered by people. For example, if I'm giving a topic for 10 students to present, and all of them were taking the information from Google or Wikipedia without adding anything, I'm sure that all 10 students will present the same thing, and I will not be remember them one from another. So to make your presentation outstanding, you should add your own story. You can give your listeners an example. You can also talk about what you have experienced about it in your life. You know, many times listeners have more information than the speaker. So the only way the speaker can relate or make an impression to the listeners is if he can share his own experience. Now let's summarize what we have learned today. When we're making a presentation, we have to think about why we are speaking this. We are presenting this to whom? And where is the place for the presentation? And after that, we have to recheck whether our slides are easy to see, easy to understand, and everybody in the room understanding the same thing. I'm Ajarn Zen, representing the Center for Career Development and Counseling of Student Affairs, Assumption University, is ending my presentation now. Thank you for listening and see you around. ขอบคุณและสวัสดีครับ